Greetings and salutations, welcome back to our Let's Play of EU4 with RedBstrd as Tumbuka. We are playing with the current third Rome DLC that just came out and with the accompanying patch. I think it's called the Russia patch. Where we last left our nation, I realized that England was colonizing down into Cape. Which is certainly unfortunate, and they're almost done with that. So we're going to plot their downfall. We actually rivaled them, and as we discover more about Europe, we're going to try allying with their enemies. If we can see misfortune befall them, then we'll certainly try to jump on and see if we can take at least these two provinces from them, if not something up here. We're getting along well with Ajuran, and we have solid relations here. We could invade either one of these countries. Restore the currency. Let's do that. We want to get our inflation low anyway, and doing so gives us trade efficiency, lowers our autonomy, gives us prestige, and that lasts for 10 years. So that's all good stuff. And we're caught up on institutions until the printing press comes in 6 years or so. We're falling behind on Diplotech, but that's what happens when you've got a 1 in your diplomatic rating. Now, not too much that we can do about that, particularly when we're trying to work on our exploration ideas. Oh, let's start this up. And hopefully the settings are still good. For the vocals. We don't really want to upset our merchants anymore. We can afford to upset the nobility just a little bit. Drops down to 50-40. Civil War in Persia. And our colonist is going up here to Sao Tome. And as before, we're not going to be converting because we want to try flipping over to Christian. Now, we could add in a state here, which I think is in our best interest. It's not going to make us any money right away. Especially if we take Cape, and then it will. So we could build a couple more troops, and we could build another ship. I don't think we desperately need it at the moment, though. Changar has announced us as a rival. But they're never going to do anything against us. We could get allies, lots of people in sub-Saharan Africa like us. And let's continue exploring everything that we can see. So we're going to finish off this Atlantic South America. I'm not sure where our priorities are going to be in colonizing. Do want some sort of border with an Orthodox nation. There's not a whole lot of opportunities for that. The best one is probably to go around, press snag, Diego Garcia, get somewhere in the Spice Islands of Indonesia, maybe take Taiwan and up and colonize towards Muscovy. Take this one. This one's always nice. And then the cavalry. Plus 5% cavalry combat ability. It's good stuff. And we'll just continue this process. Explore. Let's go for the South Indian Ocean. Okay, so there's 80% chance to just get some military power, or 20% chance that a ruler goes from a 5 to a 6. And we got the military points. But that could be useful towards us. I don't want to get too far ahead here, so I think I might just get the better officers. Oh, we know about the command and slave trade. Let's see, let's compare our tech. Okay, if we get this tech up, we get trade range, better navies, and another accepted culture. But we don't really need one. We can't even accept either of these that we have. So I think I'm going to prioritize more quickly growing colonies. But the downside to doing that is we're still out of balance with tech. So there is a trade-off there. I want this legitimacy. I want cheaper construction. Could call for a diet, but it's not going to get us any more military points, so I don't see much reason to do it. We don't desperately need more manpower or more cash from the passive bonuses that our nobility estate would grant us. It's just not a priority to me. Okay, we can get some free stability and admin points, or some army tradition military power. I think I'm going to go for the stability, prestige, the admin power. Which one? Where are you? We'll go for the Eastern Indian Ocean. Shouldn't actually be very much. And then we'll check out that West African Sea. We do want quickly growing colonies. As soon as we can, we are going to try renewing that modifier. So we can see England's allied to Austria and Aragon, not Portugal. We can now see Castile, who is a rival of England. So we're going to try butting up to them. I'll also view them as a reliable ally because of mutual hostility towards Morocco. I think we want a presence up here. If nothing else, we could use it to carve north into Morocco. I've got this started. Who else might we like? I think we're going to improve relations with the Ottomans as well, something that's friendly. Actually rival to France rather than allied to them. They're backing Aragon. Tumbuka. Yeah, it might be worth our while to actually just conquer them instead. So we're never going to be able to vassalize them. that's not a decision we need to make immediately. Let's go for that West African Sea as promised. Is there anything that we can do here? Converting provinces for religious or humanist. Isn't there a cultural group? Let's take a look at that. Okay, so what we're missing is Cape. It's kind of annoying. Oh, and Kikanja. Are they in their group? I think. No, they weren't. Yeah, so it's just Cape. We clearly had this before. That's how we were accumulating splendor. Great Britain, Macedonia. Hey, we could lose some money to get lowered unrest, but we're not conquering anything, so that's not urgent. I think I do want to start building up a spy network here, because Austria and Aragon are unlikely to be able to offer much meaningful assistance in the event of a Tumbukan English war. Yeah, they're already in a war with France and several other people, so I'm thinking it might be a good opportunity to attack them. Obviously, as soon as we get our claim on them. And we can see Portugal right here, and right here. Okay, so we pulled some sellers out here and stuck them here. Honestly, not the worst thing that could have happened to us. Let's go ahead and explore over there, and I do think that we should prepare for some sort of confrontation with the British. So I'm going to get a couple units of troops here. And I'm even going to buy a big ship here. It's obviously not enough to challenge the British if they come down with any amount of force. But if Austria tries to drop troops off, it should be enough to defeat, the transports. Hey, Imarina just unified Madagascar. And we can now claim. Prefer not to fight him over it, but I can't imagine that they would ever give in to our threats. No, didn't think so. Let's let a day pass, and check to see who would come in. Both would, but Austria doesn't look that enthused, so I'm thinking we just wait a little bit. And in the meantime, see if we can pick up an ally or two. Pretty close. Could potentially get a statesman to get us 5 points closer. It wouldn't quite be enough for an alliance with Castile. Perhaps if we get a little closer. I think we'll just stack all of these guys here in preparation for an invasion. Okay, the question is, where do we want to go next from here? This would be nice. I think we're going to go east. Wait, I only have colonists. Now we've only got one, and we sent it here. Okay, so we were running more colonists than we were allowed. Okay, let's double check. Okay, we could get along this coast. I think I'm going to work on this. That allows us to fabricate on the Maldives. And extends our range further to the east. And as before, we don't have any rebel problems, we're not going to worry about that. Ships are going to be horribly outdated relative to the British. I wonder how many troops England has. 37k. Scary, because that's basically as many as we have. Military attack 12, so they are one ahead of us. So we're definitely not going to mess around and take any ideas. We're going straight for that attack. And we're not going to explore the Caribbean quite yet. We took the East China Sea, because if we send ships west to go to war with England, those ships are probably good as dead. This is really necessary now that we have our claim. They don't have any forts down here as far as I can see. No sign of France. Okay. Austria wouldn't get involved, so I think this is the right time. Declare that war. Make sure that we've got a good general. Get him down here. Benkai? Yeah. We might want to colonize there. And we'll leave this fleet over here until we get the big ship to accompany it. Okay, this is done, so I'm going to move this guy down here. And there's no real rebel chance. We're going to move these guys down here. Okay, so we've got some ticking war score in our favor. And they do definitely have a sizable advantage in Navy. Okay, growth of the printing industry. This changes everything. Let's bring all of these guys together. We've got enough. A currency reserve. But we should be okay. And we'll just bring it down here. South Africa. And you can see Aragon. And they like us even more. Still not enough to get in alliance with them, even if we were at peace. Okay, the question is, what are we going to do? What kind of points are we going to use to develop? Nice. Lowered state maintenance will save us some money. Okay, do we get rid of our philosopher and lose 50 admin power? Or do we lose some value in Zanzibar? It's already pretty high autonomy and it belongs to the state. Let's leave those guys there. Bar stand is in the golden era. This is risky, but I am going to go for the Caribbean. Oh yeah, Dvarstan's taking over Persia. Driving Persia out. It's crazy. And let's keep an eye on our time. For 20 minutes, okay. We could land over here. My worry is that we could get our fleet destroyed, and I don't want 14,000 troops to be stuck over there. Okay, lower tax, or increased tax, lower corruption, that's nice. And this stuff is going to be worth minuscule amounts of war score. We're going to side against our clergy. No, that's not true. Our merchant guilds already have 73 influence. We're going to side with the clergy. Does mean that we're not doing any developing right now because it's an extra cost. And we could do this without getting up to 73. That's a lot of influence. I think I'm just going to hang back for now. Well, wins next time. Yeah, next year they're going to lose 10. We'll go for 7. So we're just going to get most of our war score from just taking war score for having the war goal. We're not going to try to occupy this or that. It's just risky. If our troops are over here, and they land down here, our reaction time is going to be pretty slow. And we need all the troops that we can get in case they do land in force. Okay, so it looks like this is where Portugal is colonizing. And that's why we don't see them in Brazil. Portuguar is wrecking. That's pretty funny. Okay, we can get this better military tech. I'm definitely going to do that before the cost goes up. And we want some offensive power. So I think I'm going for these guys, the African Plains Range. We can get another unit of troops. I'm going to get a cannon. They're expensive and not that great at this time in the game, but yeah, what do we do? Okay, so this can get their loyalty up to 51. Still not enough for this, but at least now we can worry about developing. So the question is, what do we wish to develop? This looks like the right place. It will spread rapidly up that way. It doesn't belong to the state. And what's our next idea here? It's interest per annum. Wow, I really do need to bring that down. I've already got 8 war score. That's always nice. And we haven't even seen their navy yet. It's probably going to show up and wreck these guys at some point. But they're serving as scouts, so I don't mind losing them. Yeah, there we go. 28 units of troops. So So let's get down here as quickly as possible. Could land up here. At least we have forts to protect us. Ooh, they're going here. Let's move over. We've got money. Might as well use it. It's no longer ahead of us in military attack. Their troop types are going to be better, but at least they have to face a landing penalty. Yeah, they're probably going to win this first fight. I really expect them to win that first fight. And they did not. So that's good for us. Get rid of that beat up guy. Okay, so we're losing a little bit of money. Let's consolidate these guys down while we're over. We can replace them later. That'll save us a ducat a month. Oof. Train Medicus. Behold the power of prayer. Not the most effective prayer in the world. Okay, well they think they're winning. But that's an illusion that will flee them relatively quickly. We could hold out and try to get more stuff over here. But I just want some Christian provinces. One South Africa. We can get 11 more war score. That's great. I can't believe that we won that battle. And they did have the landing penalty, and we've got a pretty good general. Tech parity. I expected to lose the first battle and then fight them when our reinforcements showed up. Win them narrowly, and then stack fight them after that. Yeah, they pieced out their other war. Can't tell the terms of it. So we could get a little bit of war score off of a blockade. But I really only want to use light ships for that, so once these guys get back, then I'll institute the blockade, because they're faster being light ships. And hopefully the war will be done by then. Yeah, we can't even core this stuff, so this is all that we can get. We could hold out for some money, but we're wasting money. of these mercs anyway, so... Okay. Pleasure doing business with you, England, and I think we'll stop this video here. Thank you for watching.